The Chicago Bears schedule for the 2025 NFL season is officially out, and you know what time it is. It's time for that fun, completely unnecessary, way too early tradition that we do every single year, going game by game, predicting each matchup, and trying to figure out whether this team is finally ready to break through. Will the Bears finally post a winning season? Will they make the playoffs? Who knows, but it's always fun to dream, especially in May. So, let's jump into it. Week 1, under the lights of Monday Night Football, the Bears open the season at home against the Minnesota Vikings. And right out the gate, this one feels like a game Chicago absolutely needs to win. Early in the season, young quarterbacks, especially those with little to no experience, tend to struggle. That's just how the NFL works. Defenses are ahead of offenses in the first few weeks, and with J.J. McCarthy expected to get his first real NFL snaps, things could get emotional and sloppy for the Vikings rookie signal caller. He's back in Chicago under national spotlight, facing a Bears defense that should be hungry and aggressive. It's a great setup for Chicago to start strong and pick up a huge divisional win. 1-0 now, short week coming off that primetime matchup. The Bears head to Detroit to face the Lions in week 2. And yeah, this one is going to be a battle. It's Ben Johnson's return to Ford Field, and you better believe the guy is going to have this one circled in bold red on his calendar. He'll want this win badly, not just because it's against a division rival, but because it's personal. And here's the thing, Detroit has had a lot of coaching turnover this offseason. They lost multiple key position coaches, including both their offensive and defensive coordinators. So while the Lions are still very much a talented football team, there might be some early season rust as they adjust to new systems and voices on the sideline. It's not crazy to think the Bears could sneak in there and steal one, especially if they ride that week 1 momentum and play with the same level of fire. Divisional games are always unpredictable, and this might be one where Chicago takes advantage. Bears move to 2-0 week 3 back at home, and it's the Dallas Cowboys coming to town. And this right here might be the first real test of the season. After 2 emotional, hard-fought divisional games, this feels like the kind of letdown spot that teams stumble into. The Cowboys, for all the criticism they get, still consistently win double-digit games when Dak Prescott is healthy. And even though there's some uncertainty with Brian Schottenheimer calling plays now, that Dallas offense has plenty of weapons, and a defense can make life miserable for quarterbacks. This could be a wake-up call game. The Bears could absolutely win it, no doubt, especially if Caleb Williams plays clean and the offensive line holds up. But when you factor in the emotional fatigue and the step up in competition, I think the Cowboys might edge this one out. 2-1. Then comes a road trip in week 4, heading out west to face the Raiders. Now, this is a game the Bears need to handle. The Raiders aren't a pushover, and I'm not saying they're the disaster they used to be, but let's be honest, this is a roster that Chicago should beat. Yes, they got some talent. Yes, they might have figured out a few things since last season. But if the Bears are serious about taking a leap this year, you go on the road and take care of business against teams like the Raiders. Bears get back in the win column. 3-1. Week 5 is the bye, which feels a little early in the year, but it does come at a convenient time. After that short break, the Bears have extra time to prep for a Monday Night Football matchup. On the road against the Commanders. This one is going to be personal. Last year, Chicago should have beaten this team. They let it slip. You don't forget games like that, and I guarantee you that locker room won't. Add in the fact that the Commanders are coming off a brutal road game against the Chargers, while the Bears will have had over 2 weeks to prepare, and it's a recipe for revenge. When you play teams matters, and Chicago's got the edge in every way here. From rest to motivation to matchup, this is one they go out and win. 4-1, week 7, it's back at Soldier Field for a showdown with the Saints. Now, in terms of winnability, this might be the softest landing spot on the entire schedule. You look at New Orleans and it's just not a team that should scare you. Uncertainty at quarterback. Is it Spencer Rattler? Is it Tyler Show? Jake Hayner? Whoever it is, unless they absolutely shock the league and explode out of nowhere, the Bears should have the upper hand. Yes, you've got to be careful about letdown spots. It's coming off that revenge win and maybe emotions drop a little. But good teams handle business in these situations. If Chicago is serious, they put their foot down and take this one. 5-1. and they're going to need that momentum because things are about to get a whole lot tougher. Week 8 at Baltimore, that's about as brutal as it gets. The Ravens are stacked, they're motivated, and they're thinking Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, that defense, this is not the team you want to see on the road midseason. Can the Bears pull off an upset? Of course, it's the NFL. Anything can happen. But realistically, this is a massive challenge. I'll take Baltimore in this one. Bears drop to 5-2. Week 9, the gauntlet continues with a trip to Cincinnati, another AFC North power. But unlike the Ravens, the Bengals do have some cracks in the armor, especially on defense. There are questions about Trey Hendrickson's future, and if he's not in that lineup, it's a totally different unit. Joe Burrow and Caleb Williams going head-to-head? That's must-watch football. This could be one of the highest scoring games on the Bears calendar this season. It's going to be a shootout. And if the Bears can protect Caleb and avoid those killer mistakes, I think they can pull this one off. Split the tough road trip, 6-2. Week 10, back at home to take on the New York Giants. And if we're talking about games you absolutely must win to stay in the playoff hunt, this is one of them. The Giants have made some noise, rebuilt parts of that defense, and have some guys up front who can cause problems. But at the end of the day, you're at home, you're the better team, and you've got to find a way to get it done. 6-foot floater in the lane, you better hit that shot. 7-2. Week 11, back to Minnesota. You won the first one, now they return the favor. By this point, J.J. McCarthy might have found his rhythm. He's got experience now. He's more comfortable. And those mistakes from week 1 might not be there anymore. It's a divisional road game, always tough. I'll give this one to the Vikings, 7-3. Week 12, back home against the Steelers. And if the rumors are true, and Aaron Rodgers is wearing black and gold this year, you better believe Soldier Field is going to be rocking. But the whole he owns Chicago thing, that ends here. This version of the Bears, with Caleb at the helm and a much improved roster, is not the same old team Rodgers dominated for years. I think Chicago rises to the occasion and gets the job done. 8-3. Then it's a brutal turnaround. Short week Black Friday game on the road against the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. That's just a rough draw. Physical teams like the Steelers wear you down. Playing Philly a few days later on the road is just a nightmare. If there's one game where it's hard to see a win, this might be it. Chicago fights, but I give the edge to the Eagles. 8-4. Now it's week 14, and the Bears head back to Lambeau Field. Caleb Williams already got a win there earlier in the season. Can he do it again? Why not? These two teams are closer than people think in terms of raw talent. And while Jordan Love showed flashes last year, he's still inconsistent. If Caleb plays clean and the Bears come in with urgency, I think they can pull it off. Sweep Green Bay. 9-4. Week 15, home game against the Browns. And again, this is one you circle. Cleveland is messy. Quarterback carousel. Coaching. Questions. And if the weather's nasty, which it usually is by mid-December in Chicago, I'll take the team that's used to it. 10-4. You're rolling now. Then it's a quick turnaround for week 16. Another meeting with the Packers, this time at home on a short week. This one's tough. It's hard to beat a decent team twice in 3 weeks. Short week favors the home team, but the Packers want revenge. I think Green Bay gets the split. 10-5. Week 17, Sunday Night Football in San Francisco. Cross-country flight, primetime lights. And even though the Niners may have regressed a bit, they're still stacked. They've still got that culture, that coaching, that physical style. Chicago's better than they were last time these teams met, but I think San Francisco takes this one. 10-6, final week. Week 18, back home, hosting the Detroit Lions. Could this be for the division? Maybe. And even though Detroit's been ascending, one thing has stayed the same. The Bears always seem to play them tough. Golf in cold weather has never been his strong suit. January in Chicago? You know what that means. I think the Bears close it out strong. 11-6. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a stunning turn of events that has sent shockwaves throughout the NFL, The Baltimore Ravens have agreed to trade quarterback Lamar Jackson to the Chicago Bears in exchange for 3 first-round draft picks. The blockbuster move reshapes the league's power structure and signals the Bears' commitment to contending at the highest level. Lamar Jackson, the 2019 NFL MVP and one of the most electrifying dual-threat quarterbacks the game has ever seen, now heads to Chicago after years of elite play in Baltimore. Known for his blazing speed, elusiveness, and vastly improved passing game, Jackson provides an immediate upgrade under center for a Bears franchise that has long struggled to find a consistent quarterback presence. With Jackson at the helm, Chicago now boasts a potent offense capable of challenging even the toughest defenses in the league. The price, however, was steep. The Bears parted with 3 first-round picks, future assets that could have been used to build through the draft, in order to acquire Jackson. But for a team eager to capitalize on a promising core that includes DJ Moore, a retooled offensive line, and a tough defense, the opportunity to secure a proven franchise quarterback was simply too good to pass up. Baltimore, on the other hand, now enters a new era. Armed with a treasure trove of high draft picks, the Ravens have positioned themselves for a quick rebuild or possibly a bold move up the draft board. While losing Jackson is a massive blow to the team's identity and offensive firepower, the deal gives them flexibility and a chance to reshape their future around a new quarterback and young talent. Fans on both sides have responded with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. In Chicago, supporters are buzzing at the prospect of playoff success and a quarterback who can finally go toe-to-toe with the league's best. In Baltimore, the mood is more somber, but many recognize that such a haul could set the team up for sustained long-term success. Only time will tell which franchise ultimately wins this historic trade. But one thing is certain, the NFL landscape has shifted dramatically, and Lamar Jackson is now the face of a new chapter in Chicago Bears history. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.